Hello. We're back at it. Welcome back to class, or this weird hodgepodge of screen time that we call class now. Good morning and hello. I hope everyone had a lovely break, or as lovely as they can. Mine was absolutely terrifying and terrible, but I hope yours wasn't. Kyle and Haley and Harrison, hello, good morning. How was your folks' week off? Hopefully you found some fun stuff to do. Or just did your best to not go crazy. Jess, good morning. Hello. Oh, this feels so weird to be back in front of this setup here at home. That's strange. Super strange. Obviously having a lot of technical. Yeah, Haley, I'm with you. A lot of late nights, a lot of my whole sleep schedule is totally screwed up, as I'm sure yours is. I can't even get into bed before midnight at this point. I'm not even tired. I mean, I'm tired now. I'm just not tired then. Nick and Allie, good morning. Hello. Let's see what we got here. All right, babe. Oh, maybe that's the preview window. Okay, we can do that. We can do that all day long. Yeah, Harrison, I actually was thinking about that last night too. Was just like, oh, okay, when I get back in the building, I got to go do this. And then it dawned on me that that wasn't actually the case. And then, of course, I'm sitting there thinking, what does my classroom even look like right now? Like, I don't remember where I left everything. I don't remember where my stuff is. Like, things I brought in for the day. Like, it's probably caked in a layer of dust. Which is just kind of sad. Like, our class would be over if this were an actual, normal, real day. But alas, it is not. So did anybody do anything worth talking about over break? I'm just curious how you guys spent your time. Morgan, hi, good morning. Pardon me one sec. Gotta get the other light here. There we go. So I look a little bit better. Vinny, good morning. Ooh. Oh yeah, Harrison, that's true. Yeah, can't forget all the projects that we're smack dab in the middle of. You got a new puppy? Oh, damn YouTube. I was gonna say Pixar, it didn't happen. That's super exciting. What kind of puppy? What's its name? Can I have it? Can we see it somehow? I was reading this morning that pet adoptions were up like 1,000% or something. There was 3,000 pet adoptions in New York City in the last month, which is like way above the norm, especially for a city. Because I don't know, I don't think I could bring myself to have a dog in the city, but that's just me. Vinny, tell us about your new pup. Oh. Haley, where are we going? Oh, you guys have so many exciting things happen. I'm just happy my family survived. Alrighty, Rue. TCNJ. All right. That's very exciting. Are you stoked? Are you happy? That must be a weight off your shoulder, I'm sure. That's very exciting. I remember my days at TCNJ. I wish I can say fondly. No, I'm kidding. The school was actually very nice. Campus is beautiful, too. Tucker, he's a lab border collie mix. Oh, my God. Oh, he's only 8 weeks old. Your dog better be featured on this week's episode of the Three Sports Guys. You know what? Just replace Kyle, and we're going to have Tucker sit in for him. That would be fantastic. Uh-oh, that's right. Vinny and Haley are going to be wreaking havoc down in Ewing, New Jersey. Are you guys going to live down there? Like live on campus? I remember when I was there, it was not a big... It was a big commuter school, I guess. Well, it's so nice to be in your company all again. As I'm sure you've heard, yes, dogs on the show. As I'm sure you've heard, our governor spoke the other day. We'll be back at this until the 15th of May, at least, which again, I will continue to anticipate longer than that. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay, awesome. Are you guys, do you know what building you're in yet? Are you in the same building? Is that going to be a disastrous endeavor? That's very cool. I'm very excited for both of you. Jess, I feel your pain for sure. It is definitely, it's been challenging. It's going to be challenging. All we can do is try our best and kind of keep going at this point. And just kind of know that at least we're in an okay spot with, accessibility and I mean, I hate the idea of Chromebooks, but I'm kind of glad everyone has them now. And I know in talking with some other teachers just kind of over break and in general, they're trying. I can't speak for everyone, of course, but, the teachers that I'm friends with and colleagues with, it's challenging for us, and we're doing our best for you guys, really. The name of the game across the board is how can we do what we do to best suit you folks. Really? Graduating early. I would not be surprised if we did something like that. Again, I don't know what goes on at some of these closed door meetings with, the vice principals and superintendents and all those folks. But if we're out beyond the 15th, I don't know what finals looks like, is that something we can even do? Is it project based? Are we going to just not do them at all? And if so, those 2 weeks where we would normally be doing, or that week where we're normally doing finals, or we just done a week early? Are we exempting all the seniors? I have no idea. I have no idea. But that's an interesting. I don't even know what the benefit of graduating early would be. I understand you'd be done like school a little early, but like to do what? It's not. I don't know. Harrison, I can understand that. I can see you being the one to drive people crazy. I believe it. Oh, Kyle is here. He was the first one on the list. Okay. Nick is here. All right. All right. Well, I guess let's just kind of, break into what will be our norm for the next 4 weeks. Now, we're lucky to be back on a Monday, as I think the last 2 times we did a show, I feel like we had an abridged week. Yeah, this is the time senioritis normally hits. And Haley, I that sentiment, yeah, and Jess is agreeing with you. That hurts me. That hurts me. Like I understand your mindset and feelings about that entirely. Because I know in some classes it's probably so difficult to, advance what it is they need to do, and it's taking longer across the board for everything. I know my classes are a little bit slightly more unique just because of us being production based, and I'm now that we're kind of over that initial hump, and like for our class at least, we have kind of our blueprint, all right, that took like a week or two to kind of put together and figure out the best way to go about putting a show together every week. Like we have something we can stick to now. I wish I can say that everything across the board was as clear cut or as it sucks to have to kind of go through this and then in the back of your head go, I'm not really learning anything. That sucks. I don't mean that in like a helpless way. I just mean like I can understand that blight. Right? And there's always that fear of, on our end, are we giving too much work? Is there not enough time to do this work? Or are people just kind of saying it's taking too long or it's too difficult when really it's not? I know we can't, like, honestly, compared to what we would be doing in class, this is nothing. Now, granted, it's a little bit more, I mean, it is. It's different for at least us. Other classes, I don't know. Oh, Allie's here. Good morning. And Dave's here. Good morning. Wait, no, Allie was here already. I take that back. Allie got 2 good mornings. Oh yeah, I can imagine, Dave. Anytime I have to go out, and I have to go out today because I've been putting off groceries for far too long. Man, am I thankful for everyone that has to go to work out there. Like even doing this now, it's not ideal, but man. That's a weird sound. All right, cool. Excuse me. Yeah, Dave, I can only imagine. My supermarket has been fairly slow, which has been kind of nice when I go in. But I'm like, I try and hustle and just get what I need and get out, decked in masks and gloves and stuff. And Some people just aren't. But, at the very least, to some degree, while it's not ideal, at least I'm thankful that we're not in a state where people are actively protesting, as that is way more problematic than, some chaos at the supermarket or around town. Kyle, we can't give in. Despite the fact that you may be in pajamas most of the day now, we can't give in. Right? Laziness is a state of mind. If you don't want to be lazy, don't be lazy. Now, if you want to be lazy, that's the mindset you have to change. It's always easier to not do something, right? But if you want to feel like you're doing something, right, to the folks that agreed with Haley, if you want to feel like you're being productive, try and do little things to be productive. Like this last week, outside of some family stuff I had going on, it was just, what can I do to stay busy? Because otherwise, man, I'm going to nap a lot, and I don't want to do that. So, daily walks, exercise when I can, did some video editing. Heck, even, the days where I didn't do anything, I was trying to catch up on TV and play some video games. Wrote a little bit, read a lot, little things. That's why they say I don't make my bed, but they say if you make your bed in the morning, that's a good way to start your mindset in trying to do little things along the way to just stay busy. All right, so let's just transition a little bit, and folks, feel free to vent or keep chatting off topic in the chat. You're more than welcome to. I'm glad that we're able to at least be all together in some capacity today. So thank you for coming. I'm sure the first class back is a little rough, especially if our sleep schedule is kind of messed up from break or just being at home in general. Oh, Kyle, you got to share your podcast with me, man. I want to hear. I did one episode over break? No, before break. I don't remember now. No, maybe it was over break. I did do one episode. We recorded a Zoom meeting. And thankfully, everyone had microphones at home. Not like this one, but like close. So it sounds pretty good. I was kind of happy with that. That's really awesome, though. Good for you. Tell me about it while I just kind of press forward with our small agenda today. So you guys know that we've kind of established our blueprint a little bit for our show weeks. And I think unless there's any contention with how we've been doing that, and if so, please let me know, email me or comment in the chat. I think we found a schedule that's going to allow us to, on 3-day weeks, have a little bit more time to get some content made for a Friday air date, and then the 2-day weeks are just going to be a quicker turnaround time. But I think everyone in the chat here or in class now has been active in contributing a segment. And so, first of all, thank you, because the praise across the board and feedback from the show has been really positive, and like, you guys should know that you are creating a sense of normalcy for people when they go watch this, that there's familiar faces, that they're entertained and informed, and having a show back is something that we would have every day, and it was taken away from us. And so even if we go 1 day a week versus every other day, or every day really with the 8-day classes, then we're giving some normalcy, which is really, really nice. So but you guys can kind of map out, okay, heading into this week, we know that the content needs to be in by Wednesday, so that way our script can get finalized Wednesday, and then to the anchor Wednesday evening, and then recorded by our anchor on Thursday, and then sent to me so the edit can be put together and exported and uploaded and all that stuff for Friday, which does, to some degree, outside of some light feedback and stuff for Friday's class time, the bulk of Friday's class time gang can kind of transition to, hey, here's some feedback on the show, but let's just start to blueprint the next week. Just because we know then that we got a tighter schedule when we meet on Tuesday. And again, I'm not trying to force anyone's hand to start working on their next episode on Friday or over the weekend. I understand that time away from stuff is good. But if you're like, oh, I don't want to do this on Monday into Tuesday, I kind of want to get it taken care of a little early, then you know how to put your segments together. And they've been great so far, albeit a little long. We need to trim down on some of the length. But I think our blueprint for how we're going to go about putting a show together, at least for now, for the next 4 weeks, as I'm looking at the calendar, all right, the 24th, the 30th, the 8th, and then the 14th of May are all going to be show days for us, which means hopefully we can get into a rhythm over that time where if you feel like you have your personal assignment and segment that you need to take care of, you can kind of go about that in a way that is conducive for you to make and to do and to involve other people if you want to involve other people, and get that piece together or sent over to our production team, which is Morgan and Haley, so they can kind of finalize that script and then get it into the hands of our anchor. My big focus, especially now that we're back and we're kind of in this new normal for the next month, is while everyone here right now in this video has done a fantastic job of being here every class, as you know, there are more than half the class that's not here, and that's where I'm going to focus on reaching out to some of those people, maybe individually, to find out what's going on, just because there are some folks that I haven't heard from at all, and I want to make sure that they're contributing, just because we don't have the luxury now in the fourth marking period of the first half of the marking period kind of covering your butt a little bit grade-wise, right? So if we're all starting with, if we did that feedback survey before break, then you're starting off strong. But everything after that, we can't, zeros are going to trickle in because there are just some people that haven't come to class. And that's not good. It's not good for them. I'm hoping you don't feel that it burdens you anymore. I don't think that it would, just because if you're on top of your thing, it's not like anyone not being here is hindering you. So in that sense, it's not a direct, consequence, but I would love to have more people here. So I'm going to pause for a second, just kind of pose this question to the group here. Does anyone want to make any suggestions or changes for how we go about doing our show week to week, or does everyone feel comfortable with what it is that they're contributing and how it fits in with the rest of their workload? Because if we need to make changes, I think this is a good opportunity to discuss some changes. Most people in the feedback survey thought that we're kind of on good footing now, but maybe over break, our perspectives have changed a little bit. So I'm curious your thoughts. Excuse me. Kyle, I still want to know about that podcast too. Is it on iTunes? Can I find it? Or on Spotify? Because I can look it up. And Haley, just to ask you specifically, you feel comfortable with the turnaround time between when segments are due from segment people, and that gives you enough time to, I know the script isn't super heavy by any stretch of the imagination, but have that done and then given out to our anchor? Like, you don't feel like that's too rushed for you? Because if we want to tweak when segments are due, then we can certainly adjust that. It's on Spotify. Kyle just doesn't want to tell me the name. He doesn't want me to listen. All right, I got you. It's fine. So then I guess the next question, and thank you for replying, Haley. The next question would be, for today on Monday, does everyone feel good and comfortable about continuing to contribute their and build on their segment for this Wednesday? Okay, good. Awesome. Haley, that's fantastic. Yeah, I have no qualms about like putting the edit together myself, even if it ends up, the edit is not complex at all. So like it doesn't take up too much time in my evening. If I can find someone that can do it, then cool. If we can get like another person that isn't here to contribute and they want to work on an edit, that's perfectly fantastic. In fact, I'm going to try and reach out to Denisa, see if she's interested, because she did reach out to me the other day. The anchor portion could get pulled from the end? I don't know what you mean, Morgan, by the anchor portion can get pulled from the end. If you can elaborate that. All right, and for the rest of us, what are we thinking we're going to focus on this week for our segments? Everything's holding up fairly well, surprisingly. That's good. Also, credit to Morgan and Harrison for injecting their personality and stuff into the show. I think that's half the fun in making it successful, is that you guys are just kind of like making it your own, and I think that's really awesome. All the more reason why we need to shorten some segments. I think when they're too long, we can lose some viewers along the way. An all dog episode. We'll see. As someone that doesn't have a dog, that is dogsist, and I don't appreciate that. Oh, if the draft is Thursday, and good call on that, our show is going to air on Friday. So doing a mock draft that will air after the actual draft might not be a good idea. Oh, okay, Morgan. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Yes, thank you. Okay, I gotcha. And Haley, that's also a good thing to suggest. The only issue with some of those people, I had literally not spoken or heard from them since March 13th, which is now over a month. Which is troubling, and I'm concerned. But there's only so many phone calls and emails I can make that don't get replied to. So, yeah. Well, obviously, Haley, they are, but like outside of the grade as a human being, I'm concerned about their well-being. I mean, if I haven't heard from them in over a month, I don't know if they're okay. I don't know if their families. Yeah, I have no idea, and that doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, I mean, guys, is the draft still scheduled for Thursday night primetime? Like, don't they? I mean, they draw a big TV audience. Doesn't it start at 8 and go till like? I know it's just the first. Is it the first round or first two rounds they do in one night, or they do it 2 nights? I don't even know. Would you guys do an episode of I don't know, is there enough sports news out there? I know what was it, WWE just like furloughed a lot of people. Golf is talking about coming back. The XFL just like kind of fired everyone and said, all right, we're done, which was really weird. Like I have to imagine over the last week there is some semblance, like maybe a sports news oriented and cover as much of things as I don't know. I'm just throwing suggestions out there. Well, of course, it's going to be the most viewed draft because it's the only sports related thing that's like in real time. I know they've been airing a lot of like classic games, which has been kind of cool. But like, yeah, no, this is going to be the realest thing that we've had in a while. So Hey, Angelo's here. Hello, good sir. I'm doing okay. Doing all right. Kind of a rough week, but we're back and happy to be here and happy to have something to be focused on and be productive. Thanks for coming. Oh, and I had a question before I read that, and now I forget what it is. Oh, as far as like our schedule goes, so if we know that we leave here today with the segments that we need to make, and I believe, and Haley Morgan, correct me if I'm wrong. So I had them do like this week; they would be due at the end of the day on Wednesday. Do we want to change that, or do we want to then look at Wednesday during our class time and say, hey, this is a day to like what can we utilize that time for if there are things to utilize that time for? Because the one thing I'm doing with my TV1 classes today is getting them into WeVideo, which is that online web-based editing platform. I can spend some time going over that again. If we can get some folks here that maybe they feel they can't contribute, that can kind of show them a way where they can. Or if you guys want to spend some time with that, then we can do that as well. I just want to obviously maximize our efficiency, but be respectful of your time. Also, we need to find an anchor for this week. So, if there's anyone willing to volunteer. Or do we just, Haley Morgan, you make the calendar again, and we'll just kind of give it out to the class and say, here it is, your talent this day, and then anticipate stuff. Cool. Haley, I agree with you 100%. All right. Cool. All right. Then we can just kind of use it for a quick check-in and chat and gather and then kind of be on our way, which is awesome. That's perfectly fine because then I can troubleshoot stuff. Obviously, I'm around all day for you guys. You know that. But I do like the idea of meeting every chance we get, just because, again, Chris F. might be able to do it. Christopher, who showed his head in our meeting before break. Where is that kid? Where is he? He's probably sitting in the studio in the dark, listening to music and drinking coffee. Is he still in Ohio? Haley, what do you mean they might ignore? You mean ignore the show or ignore our class? All right. Well, Morgan, thank you for updating. If you've spoken to him, I hope he's okay and give him my best. Let him know I'm kind of worried about him. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, right. Ignore the calendar. Sorry. Okay. Yep. That took a second for to get back to me. Because I know you guys are with the delay here. Truth. Yeah. No, that's a good point. We would definitely need to have confirmation that they're on board to do it. And even then, they could always say, yes, I'll do it, and then end up just flaking anyway, which would not be good. Okay. Well, then again, that will put the onus back on me to try and reach out to people and get them here, because if that's the case, then it's going to always fall on someone, one of the 10 of us to do it that week. And that shouldn't be the case, because it should be shared out. And if someone is just, has an opportunity to contribute and get those points and get that grade, then I would like that to be the case, because you guys are already all contributing and doing things. Right now, I know, Dave, you had mentioned a segment idea prior to our show last time, and I don't know if you're making ground on putting that together. So give me an update on that. And Angelo, I know you're here as well, which we appreciate very much. Oh, there you go in the chat. Ooh, all right. Maybe we can get Angelo to be our talent for the week. So Angelo, the way that we've kind of mapped out our run of show, is that there are folks, essentially, if you're talent for the week, that's your contribution. And then if like Morgan and Haley are still our producers, so they're kind of communicating with some of the segment people, and really everyone else in the class is more or less a segment person in some capacity. It doesn't need to be complex, it's just some level of contribution in creating content for our show. And so what we've kind of come up with is that, if this is our Monday meeting, we'll get a sense. Ashley's here. Hey. We'll get a sense of what people are working on for our show that will air at the end of the week. So on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday week, our show will air on Friday. And for a Tuesday, Thursday week, our show will air on Thursday. So Haley and Morgan are going to be in charge of putting together the script that will go to you. And that's going to be based on the segments that get completed by their scheduled due time. So for everyone working on a segment, It's going to be due by the end of the day on Wednesday. And that way, we've got a final list of the segments that are going in the show on Friday so that Haley and Morgan can firm up that script, write all the breakaways and, you know, lines for you to read. And then that script will be sent or shared to you so that you can record that at home. It doesn't need to be like uber professional. It just needs to be quasi professional. But like make it your own. So, you know, shooting at home with your phone is perfectly fine. Just make sure you hold the phone the right way when you hit record. This is terrible. Good, bad, good, bad. Record those segments or lines of dialogue almost individually, or if you want to try and do it in one long clip, go for it. I can cut it up either way. And then you would take those clips from your phone, upload them to Google Drive, share them with me, and then as segments start to come in, I take all that stuff and put the edit together to do the export. Did I post the sheet yet? There was no sheet posted, but there will be. I just have to make a copy of it and then make sure. And thank you for reminding me of the sheet because I forgot it existed. All right, duplicate. Morning show from home scripts. Oh, there is a template. Okay, that's great. Make copy. Excuse. Morning show script. Week 3? I guess it'd be episode 3, right? Cool. I probably should keep the naming consistent, huh? Yes. Episode 3. Here we go. Sorry, inconsistent naming in files drives me nuts. Okay, so this one. Oh, that's right. I got to do it this way. Yes, discard those changes. Sorry, as I'm talking out loud for myself. And I'm going to steal those directions. Create. Whoops. For week 3. Oh my God. I know that spring break week was there, but I just went from the 6th to the 22nd. That's nuts. Okay. All right, so we had them due by noon. Are we sticking with that? That was enough time? Add. Google Drive. Add. Students can edit file. guess it would be, right? Just make it easier that way. And it's any day now. Well, it's assigning itself. All right, so it should, well, come on now, Google, do your thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so it is now officially posted in Classroom. It's the same format it's been before. So it's got the grid or the chart where you can put your segment in. I'm going to have that open the rest of the day. So as people start to populate that, I can just give some feedback. My general feedback for everybody, shorten your segments. I think on average, they were almost 4 minutes a piece last time, with the outliers being Alexa's dog funny pet thing and Allie and Jess, your workout thing was on the which is perfect. I'm not saying it's too short. I'm just saying those were the ones that pulled the averages down. I think Sports Guys, you were over like 4.5. I think the Twitter one was long, but only because of that video that ran at the end was like 1.5 minutes. So that's why I cut that up and put that at the end, just to kind of break that up a little bit. And Nick, I think we were close to 4 as well. I think Mr. Stevenson sent me more stuff, but I got to check my phone. Okay, so cool. Holy God, it's almost 10 o'clock. Geez, okay, interesting. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, well, since we're in the home stretch here, I suppose, Angelo, did the explanation of how that comes together help a little? Are you on board for being our talent this week? And yes, our show is going to air Friday, Ashley, but segments would need to be in by noon on Wednesday so that Haley and Morgan can finalize the script, get that to our anchor, and then they can record those segments and get those segments to me by Thursday. So the show can be put together then, and then it will be uploaded and aired on Friday. Excuse me. I can't believe it's been 50 minutes already. This is insane. And you guys are awesome. Seriously. Oh no. Okay. All right. So Angela, if you're on board for our talent, awesome. Cool. That is fantastic. And we're happy to have you back here and be our head anchor for our show. That's so exciting. Cool. All right. Well, for everyone else then, if you want to brainstorm some ideas, we got 10 minutes, or shoot me an email after class. If you feel confident in knowing what it is that you want to do, get started. I would just drop it in the doc that was posted as a classwork assignment, just so I can give it a once over and maybe give some feedback on stuff. There were a few people that put things in there that were vague, and I kind of made a note of that, and then they never followed up with any of those things. So, but that'll be one way where I can just very quickly have an idea of what you guys are doing. I trust you. Trust me, I do. But it just gives me that one last, all right, this is what they're doing. Cool. Safety net in case things fall apart. So if you know what you're doing, feel free to head on out, get started. Make sure those segments are turned in to that Classroom drive. That puts them all in one place, which makes it really helpful then for me to share that folder with Morgan and Haley so that they can kind of preview those things or at least scrub through and watch. It also makes it easier for me to download, or if I'm going to do it on WeVideo again, which I might, then it'll allow me to just kind of import directly from that folder and not have to chase things around. So segments, make sure that when you put in, or that you turn in to the assignment post. So even if you put your stuff in the doc, don't turn in until your segment is finished. yeah, so I'll hang back for a little bit if you guys have questions or things that you want to bring up. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have been fantastic in coming to every session and contributing, and it really is just it's awesome. So let's get at it for our third episode, and we'll meet again on Wednesday morning. All right, so I'll be here. Let me know if you got questions, throw them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll have that doc open all day. So even if you put something in later today, perfectly fine. I can get in there and just make a quick note or give you that green light, let you know, hey, start shooting this thing. And we'll touch base Wednesday. All right, gang. Thank you for being awesome. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Haley, you have a good day too. Thank you. Ooh, Ashton. Hey, hello. Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be that would be kind of funny. How do you teach him tricks? I'm genuinely intrigued by that. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I would just, I guess, the one thing generally that I've been saying to everyone is that the segments that have been done by people have been really long. Like they've been 4.5 minutes. So if you can do it between like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, that'd be awesome. I think that would be really cool. That'd be fun. And it could definitely be something really interesting and fun. I think that's just fun to watch. So cool. I'm totally on board for that. I think that's funny. So I say go for it. Cool. Awesome. Then now I'm excited to see bird tricks. Cool. Yeah, that's great. So if you didn't catch it before, so the segment, because we have our show Friday, the segment is going to be due by noon on Wednesday. So that gives today and tomorrow and then the morning on Wednesday to get that done. That'll allow it to verify that we have it so that our anchors can write the script portion for it. So that can go to our anchors, our producers can write the script portion, knowing that the segment's done and will be in the show. And then that goes to our anchor, and the anchor records the clips and get those clips to me on Thursday. So make sure that if you go to our Google Classroom and go to the classwork section, you'll see that the Morning Show from Home episode 3 was posted. Now there's a doc in there where you can add your segment idea to the chart, and I'll give you the thumbs up, thumbs down on it, even though you just got the thumbs up now. And once that's done, all right, I just wanted to make sure to clarify. So when you put your thing in the chart there, don't submit the assignment. All right, you'll submit the assignment when your video is finished, and then when you go to turn in, you can attach your video file to that post. Does that make sense? Kind of. So what I mean, Ashton, is if you go to Classroom, and some people did this last time, is where they put their segment idea in the doc and then turned in the assignment or completed the assignment. So I just wanted to let you know that when you put your segment idea in the doc that's attached to that assignment post, don't turn it in right away. You're going to turn in the assignment when your video's finished. So when your video's done and it's uploaded to Google Drive, come back to the Classroom post, go to turn in, and then you can attach a file from Google Drive. You're just going to select your video. And so that way, when you turn in this assignment, everyone will have their videos attached. So it keeps the videos in one place and makes it nice and organized. And that way it's a little less hectic trying to track down those pieces from people. So I hope that helps. And of course, you can always reach out if you are confused or need help a little bit later. The post is called Morning Show from Home Episode 3. It's not in the stream, it's in the classwork section. So it was posted as an assignment. So let me know if we... Oh, got it. Okay, cool. Awesome. And now I look forward to seeing Funky Bird stuff. Ooh. Funky Bird stuff. All right, Ashton, so I'm going to go and start getting prepped for my other class. But if you have questions or concerns or things, email me. Let me know what's going on, and I can help that way. All right, and then we'll meet again briefly on Wednesday morning. All right, so I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.